You ready?
There is a connection between the paranormal, UFOs, and the myths of ancient history. The clues are scattered across the landscape from a forbidden past, maybe even in your own backyard. There is a connection between the true nature of our reality, consciousness, and the unexplained. I'm Carl the Crusher. Let's explore the unknown. And there was several witnesses that actually saw this thing reportedly this morning get shot down over the ranch or disappear or something happened. And so I actually have the owner of Mount Wilson on the phone right now to do a live interview with him.
And a low-flying jet passed by. You know, again, it's unusual to hear jets around here, especially at a low altitude. So, you know, I paid that much attention that I knew it went by. Shortly thereafter, I heard another plane of sorts go by. I walk out of the pump house, go down to my chicken coop, and my neighbors coming down the hill, basically out of breath, wondering and asking me if I saw what just happened.
Because this was a property that was formerly owned by Bob Bigelow before Skinwalker Ranch. And so Jeff actually bought this property from Bob Bigelow himself, because the team that they had up there prior to Jeff, they were looking for rumors of something buried under the ranch that was possibly transmitting a signal when there was certain constellations overhead, and there's all kinds of paranormal stuff that occurs.
And I see this F-18, and he's pretty low, and as I'm looking for the other fighter jet, which there's usually two, I look off to the south sort of way, and there's a big white ball in the sky, and I'm looking at the fighter jet, and I'm looking at the big ball and wondering what the hell, and then it's like a blue kind of streak goes through the jet stream, and that white ball just blew up, vaporized.
I'm going to try and head up there tomorrow, hopefully get some more reports, see if we can track down any videos, any photographs that anybody took. Welcome back to the Carl the Crusher channel. I'm actually here with the Crusher crew. We got Kyle and Luke now, and the first order of business is getting ready for our whole research expedition that we're doing as a family this time. It's the three of us. We're doing a guys trip, and we're kind of experimenting with the idea of doing guided tours where families can come up here and stay in the room. Everybody can stay up here, even in the haunted hotels above and below, and hang out in the Miner Diner, which might get the name changed over to the Motherlode Grill after Jeff's mom. That was her nickname. But first order of business is we're collecting up firewood and getting the big lodge going. So it's all heated up for us to get going. Is it crazy that there's photos of like Bob Bigelow and all those guys right here by this fireplace?
Yeah.
It's interesting. There's rumors that this was partially designed, this whole building, by Howard Hughes.
Oh, yeah?
I think Howard Hughes is mysteriously Bob Bigelow's dad, but we don't know. Oh, there's Kyle. Hi. It's actually Kyle's birthday. Oh, we lost one. Hi, Odie. Look at that beautiful sunset. That works. We're just gonna load up the two fireplaces so we can get all set up to do our research expedition all together.
Oh, I lost the log.
Yeah, so Luke and Kyle actually requested to stay in the shaman's cabin, so that, or in the shaman's hotel. That is the room right there. And the room right next to it is the miner's room, or we also nicknamed it the dream catcher, because the shaman entity tends to go back and forth between the two. But you know, families are gonna come up here, and they do stay up here. Nothing bad has ever happened. And Luke and Kyle are brave and prepared and have been preparing for this. So they're excited, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Back in the famous Craw Creek Saloon. So visitors have seen ghosts reflections in the mirror. So they sit here and they think they see people sitting on the balcony upstairs, and then they turn around and there's no one there. There's been glasses levitate and smash into the mirrors in the background. And I myself have been standing right over here talking to Jeff, and through the hallway there, I saw a figure that looked like he was wearing brown pants and a white shirt with a hat with a brim around it, almost like an old miner's hat or cowboy hat. And he walked past the doorway, and then I ran up there and there was nobody there. And then I've also seen what looked like the figure of a woman standing in the kitchen where we're going to be making dinner in a minute. So I'll go tell you that story too. There's a ton of fun stuff to do up here. We just came down here to take some pictures together by the front sign, and now they're cruising around on the quad. There's off-roading. We're gonna have like electric bike rentals, probably do axe throwing, pellet gun rentals. And then there's also gonna be like really cool meditation experiences and bead making, necklace making stuff and activities, all kinds of family-friendly things to do here, as well as private research expeditions where you're going to be able to book the place and secure it in order to do specific types of research. And if you want to pay the money to request to have me or any of my colleagues here like Chris Bartell and stuff like that, or go on private experiences with me or the owner of the ranch, Jeff, you can actually request to do that as well right through the websites. Kyle wanted to try out the EMF detector, so going through the lodge right now, checking it out. He's gonna see if he can find a couple of the hot spots that I found in the building before that are strange. Getting something?
Right here. The EF just went up to 20. 34.
Right there?
55. Right here.
Try to go up or down. Look up.
That goes down, it's like...
Turn around. Let me see the screen here.
It's 46, and the more we go
backwards... higher. No, it's going down there.
Wait. Look, watch. When I bring it over here more... It spikes.
What's right there?
I haven't...
See, everybody that stands right there gets dizzy, weird feelings.
I like
yeah.
it over here.
Just set it on the counter right there and walk away and make sure it's not even you.
Yeah, I'll get it over here. Maybe it was.
Hang on. Stay back from it. If there's anything in here with us, you can touch that device. Why do you keep looking down in that room, Kyle?
Oh, just the thing at the end.
Does that freak you out?
Head.
It looks like a head?
Look, when you shine it away, like when it's like in the outer ring, it looks like a head.
Oh, yeah. Did you just pick it up?
Yeah.
That was weird. I don't know. See if you can find any more hot
like
spots.
I covered something. Yeah, it was because I covered this.
When you cover the sides, it goes off.
Like
so hold it from the bottom, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, walk around, see.
I need the flashlight. I can't.
You do it, okay.
Was that door open?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember it being open.
Make sure it's not the alien. Okay. That's not
Right.
there. Okay, let's go check this hot spot over here.
Nothing?
The EF just spiked up to 22.
Yeah, well, that's
25.
that's the other spot,
29.
right here in this building. That's the other spot.
Oh!
It's like it's draining out through that.
Why?
When you sit right there, people say they feel really weird.
81. It's right on there. Well, it's maybe because that's a light.
Right, it could be, but it doesn't do it with the other ones. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Weird energy leaks through right there and then in the kitchen.
It's like you go up higher and then it just starts beeping.
Yeah, it could just be because it's got wiring in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Scared.
Are you scared?
Yes.
Do you see anybody in the kitchen? So you look back through the glass, shine the flashlight into the kitchen through here.
So I can show you something.
Oh, they've got a Welcome to Mount Wilson flag up now. It's like a sunscreen. Makes it so it's like hard to see in through there, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's creepy.
Okay. Nothing there, really.
This is cool though.
This is so scary, man. Why are you staying back there?
It's a cool shot. It looks really cool.
Nothing.
Nothing
There's
here?
nothing.
Yeah, we can go through here too.
Interesting.
And then there's a link in here. We should go look around upstairs to see if, because you know how there's people spotted up there through the mirror?
Yeah, let's go.
Alright. This is probably gonna spike my boat.
We're planning on, when we do guest tours, even having some of this equipment available for people to rent.
Right here at the peak of the stairs.
Okay.
Look, it
Wait,
goes
I've never tested
up
in
to
here.
the light. Nothing.
Nothing?
To the top of the
Okay, now
stairs.
hold it still so I can get that reading. Hang on.
Static electricity.
This is, no, that's EF, yeah, electromagnetic field. That's high, 52. Go up to the wall right there to the right. Because there's a weird story about,
Nothing. Look.
there used to be an opening, see right here? See this?
Oh.
It goes in.
Oh.
Shine your where's that flashlight?
It's down there.
With, you know what? I have an endos. Oh, this opened. This opens. It's hinged. There's a door right there. See that? Look, Kyle.
I'm not.
Look, there's hinges.
Oh yeah.
There's a
look,
doorway blocked right here.
I'm just gonna. 70. Did you see that? It just spiked up to 70.
It's just like an attic in there or something.
Let's move the chair out of the way and check it out.
I want to check these tables.
Is it still going off up there?
Right here, yeah.
What's it up to?
I don't know.
The number?
50, like 56.
56?
50.
51, 52,
I gotta see-
56,
let's see
right
what's-
here. 55, 50. It's like a person sitting here.
Let me see.
Look. Oh, I'm going higher and it's going higher. 64,
64?
65.
So we're getting a high EF up here.
That's at the top.
And it feels like, and then we've got this thing
Should we see
opens
what's
up.
in the secret.
Do you have the flashlight? Yeah, let's see.
Oh,
That's
it's a
cool.
dark corridor.
Dude, let me see.
It's a long hallway.
Whoa,
It's like for the
no.
attached to the roof, right?
It's like the attic, yeah.
Oh, it's a sign or like a.
Oh, I did not know.
It just spiked up to
Those are
70.
shingles for sure.
So I've heard pretty creepy stories about some stuff that happened in here,
Oh yeah.
but I'm not gonna share them at this time. I'll let Jeff share those stories if he wants to.
Right on the, look, it's right on this piano.
What? Is it the
Watch.
piano? The piano's setting it off.
205.
Whoa, okay, so the piano we've got to make sure isn't interfering with it.
Yeah.
But people actually hear little kids talking and stuff inside of here.
Oh, really?
Like children. Yeah.
Interesting.
The beak of the eagle's 50.
The beak of the eagle gives off a reading?
Yeah. It does.
So that's the whole myth of this eagle, or the folklore, is that if you come up here and get a picture touching the beak of the eagle, that you get good luck and prosperity, like you actually make really good money for the whole year.
Yeah, and look,
So,
it spikes up.
and it actually does. Look,
Yeah, like 60. It's hanging around 60.
it actually does have some kind of an EF signal.
That's
Look
weird.
at that. That is weird. Huh?
Yeah.
So maybe it is good luck. So that's the whole story. If you ever come here, you got to touch the beak of the eagle and make good money for a year. Look at that. There it is. Here, let's do it. Thanks, eagle. What do you think? Piano?
Yeah, it's just a piano.
You think it was the
For
piano?
this whole area, it's just a piano, because like you just hover over it, and then you get the close sound from the keys.
Turn it on. Does it work? See if you can turn the piano on. Is there an on switch? There must be. Right there,
Oh,
that
right
big
here.
switch.
Oh, it's on.
Whoa.
Okay.
Play a song.
I don't know how to play a song.
Here.
You
I'll
play.
see. I don't really know.
Dude, that's cool. That's awesome.
This key likes to get stuck down.
Weird. This place is interesting. So it must have been the keyboard. Get anything over there, Kyle?
Yeah, right here. It spikes up to like 300 on RF.
To what? 300?
91, 84, 100.
That's right in the seat where they see apparitions. So when you're sitting there,
Look at that.
people look in the mirror and they see people sitting in the balcony upstairs. So
Look at that. 103.
you're getting RF going up.
RF and EF.
Look at that. 188, 160.
That's crazy.
Right here.
So you see people when you're sitting in here.
So yeah, people sit here like this at the bar, like hi, and then they see other people upstairs in the balcony.
This just went up to 400.
It's going up to 400?
It just I was moving, like right here.
You know what it could be is stuff on the other side of the bar. Is there
Oh.
stuff plugged in over there?
Yeah, there's a whole fridge.
There's a mini fridge?
There's a fridge right here. There's
Yeah.
an outlet. You're right
Oh,
next
I'm
to
Yeah,
like
so,
right out by-
yeah, so you
okay,
gotta
that's
check
what
your
that
surroundings.
Okay.
Yeah, see, we're
Good
doing
to know.
Scooby-Doo here, aren't
Good to
we?
know, yeah.
Good to know. That's what it is. So you can find electrical leaks and weird stuff like that. We have all kinds of equipment. It helps Jeff out on the property in all kinds of ways, but also if we notice any kinds of anomalies. But so far, we found the keyboard and some electrical outlets and nothing too spooky yet. So crazy to think what it was like back then, but in a way, it was like kind of cool. It's like a simpler time. There's not much left of it now. Kyle's walking around with the thermal imager. We've just been kind of like playing with the equipment, getting these guys familiar with some of the devices that we've got. We've got thermal imager, tri-field meter, EMF detector. We've got an endoscope thing. It's got like a 10-foot coil so that we can stick that in small crevices and look around. Got a bunch of cool stuff, even my night vision. Here I am in the saloon with the thermal imager. So I'm noticing that the little icon, the pointer, actually points at the hottest point, which is black hot here. And it is hung up on something up there underneath the table in the reflection. Oh, that's actually up on the bar above the saloon here. I can't tell if it's whatever, there's a security camera there. But it was. That's a heater element in the room. People get seen on the upper balcony all the time up there. I think I just gotta walk through the building real quick, you guys. It's good. Wow, you can see the heat coming out of the fireplace. Look at that. Your back's, yeah, turn around. Yeah, your back's all hot from the fireplace. Look at that. That's cool. Your whole back right side's all heated up from sitting there by the fire. Look at that, yeah. It's calibrating right now. Here, go put your hands on the door right there. Yeah, like that. Yeah, and then walk away. Yeah, see how it leaves the handprints on there? Yeah. I could see it the first time. Yeah, that's so any residue of anybody who's gone through here will be able to tell where you've been, right? Yeah, you can draw a smiley face. Yep, just with your heat temperature. See that? Yeah. So the idea is you can detect part of the spectrum that normally you can't see. You can get like a little residue of what's just been there. See, you can still see everything that we've done. All of that. Okay, so open the door and I'll go through and walk around here. So there's actually, once I step through here, there's no lights on. This is all completely dark. Are you guys gonna walk behind me?
I'll go with you.
Sure.
Okay.
You don't want to stay in there alone?
No.
Okay, just stay behind me. Okay, well, once we come down through this hallway, there's no other light. We're just going to be going. I didn't even grab a flashlight, did you guys?
I have my phone.
No, we're good. Okay, we're going down into the hallway where the kitchen is. Okay, I'm going to stop right here just so I'm going to film with my phone just so you guys get a sense of what we actually see in real life compared to the thermal. So this is the thermal right here, and this is what it actually looks like to us. Can't see anything.
Oh, just like using the light from it.
Just the light from the thermal and then looking through the viewfinder itself. So if we see anything dark moving around, any balls of like dark energy or balls of light or anything like that. Okay, we're gonna switch back to the thermal view.
Can you go in the back? I don't want to be that back.
Yeah.
It's okay. Wow, that's fair. Okay, so this is that area where we keep getting that energy like coming out of the ceiling or something. Look at that square. Look at that square temperature variation. Look at that. Look at that weird spot in the
Oh,
ceiling.
that's low. For the center, it's
Look
like
at all that.
7 degrees.
It's like a whole square up there. It's totally different.
I wonder if there's like a heat.
There could be something up in the attic. Yeah, I don't know. Man, it's completely pitch black in here. I can't see
Oh, no.
anything.
Need a flashlight?
It's okay. I can see through the imager. That door is open. Did we close it?
No.
We didn't.
I don't think so.
We didn't close it.
We walked through it and then I'm pretty sure we left it.
Did we leave it
We
open?
went through the EMF.
Yeah, we definitely left it open.
Okay. Just making sure. We got to make sure and close the doors so that we can keep track of that, whether or not we're the ones leaving them open or not. Okay, you can see my reflection in the glass there. That freaked me out for a second. Okay, looking down the hallway. Okay, here we go. Looking back in through the kitchen there. Is there anybody outside? Oh, it's just my reflection. Hi. Hi. That's crazy. Look at that.
Whoa, it's
Okay.
like high definition.
It totally is.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, I thought I saw something on the floor there.
You gotta keep track of handprints and stuff too.
Yeah, I haven't noticed any handprints. Like nobody's
We
gone
should go
through the
around
door.
with the UV light and see if we can spot any handprints. There's the
Right, that would
saloon.
be cool. Now we're back.
Did you shut the door down there?
Interesting.
Okay, so now we're
Okay, now we know that that door's shut. Okay. You hear all kinds of weird sounds in here at night, and so I just came in here to get my backpack and some of my gear. And sometimes it sounds like there's people walking around, so I started filming. But the whole place is made of wood, and it does pop and crack in the wintertime, so it's hard to know, right? But I'm just walking around in the dark sometimes, seeing if anything happens, but shut it down for the night tonight. We'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning, you guys. I am here in the miner room, or the dream catcher room, right next to the shaman room. I just spent the night here. And I gotta tell you, we came up here because I've been doing a lot of research here because there's paranormal activity that goes back and forth between some of these rooms. My two boys are sleeping in the room next door. Knick-Knack, Jeff's wife, who lives up here, has been caretaking, and she's been complaining that there's been suffering from headaches and vertigo and stuff like that. And just 2 days ago, they shot down like a balloon overhead and everything. But I'm telling you, what Knick-Knack was telling me was that she keeps feeling like the bed is vibrating, and she gets this dizziness all night last night while I was trying to sleep through the night. I was feeling like the bed was like boo, like there was a pulsing vibration, like a sinking vroom, vroom feeling going through the bed and through my body. And I felt like I was like floating up out of my body and like dropping down through the bed. Super strange. So it'll be interesting to see if the guys next door had anything happen, or if that's been similar to what they've been experiencing at their house. Kyle's first one up. So I had a weird night, and I'm not going to tell you what happened to me yet, but I want to hear what happened to you. You said you had a nightmare?
I had a nightmare. So
Okay.
Okay, me and Luke were sleeping in the shaman room, right?
Yeah.
And for some reason, I had a nightmare that the ghost of the shaman was chasing me around and stuff. So like, we were in the room and there's like cameras in places and stuff, but it wasn't like how it looks out there. It was like a hallway in like a hotel.
Yeah.
And the ghost was like a bright green on the camera, on like a security camera, and I was like watching my phone, and you said like, Kyle, how did you not see it? It was like chasing you. It was like chasing you, but you couldn't see it because you were watching your phone. You weren't paying attention.
So it was like you were dreaming that you were too busy, like
I was
looking
dreaming
at your
like
phone.
I was the security camera. Like I was.
You were looking through a security camera, or you were?
Yeah, I was looking at myself through a security camera, and I could see the ghost go like back and forth and stuff. It was weird.
And you could, so tell me what the shaman looked like in your dream.
It kind of just looked like a Native American guy that you'd usually see in like movies. That's how it looked in my dream. It didn't really look like
Yeah.
how Bob Bigelow saw him and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever heard any description of how Bob Bigelow has seen him before. What did he look like as far as like dressed and stuff? Did you have
I
any
couldn't really
details?
tell because he was like half sticking through the wall.
He was like
Like,
phasing through the walls.
yeah, so you know like Han Solo in the Star Wars movie when he's trapped in like the stone and stuff? He kind of looked like that, except half of his upper body was sticking out of the wall.
So he was, okay.
And he
So
was, like,
that's
right
interesting.
in the top.
So when we were here with, okay, I'm gonna flip my camera around.
I woke up at like 4 in the morning and couldn't sleep, so I just stayed up.
You've been up since 4?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kyle slept in the shaman room with Luke. Luke is still sleeping?
He's awake, just
Okay.
not really.
Okay, so you saw what looked like the shaman running around on like security cameras, like chasing you and stuff, but then he was coming like, phasing through the wall, like Han Solo in Carbonite.
Like, you know when you see someone peek through a door, but like it's half their body? Kind of looked like that, except it was like peeking over something.
So when I was here with my friend Chris Ledo from Ledo Files, he's also he filmed a whole series up here on his YouTube channel at Mount Wilson Ranch. But we put the Halo headsets on from Museum of Tarot, and we did a group meditation right here in this room on the couches. And he said that he saw what looked like a portal, like a spiraling energy thing.
I saw like a laser light show, but it was like a flower trying to get away. It seemed like something was trying to get away and it was being like pulled back in.
Really?
Yeah, it was like a flower trying to like burst away, but then it was getting just continually pulled back.
Like
Like
a
a
sacred,
cartoon
like a
character.
sacred geometry type of thing.
Like a cartoon character.
We gotta get you a headset
Flower.
to hold that better for you. Cause
Some more details are
But it was
coming
not
out. So
visual
you were
in it.
saying it was like a star moving in and out or whatever, like a pattern, but really it was like,
I mean,
describe it now again, what you just said.
but I don't know if it's from your own brain, you know. But
I don't either,
imagine
but we're just trying to collect this.
You know that
serendipity.
movie, like where it's the freaky movie where the girl comes out of the TV screen.
The poltergeist.
The one, no, it's she's in the well, and she comes out
Grudge.
with the hair over her face.
The Grudge?
And she's got the long hair over her face. She crawls out
The
of the
well?
TV and she moves.
The
over
ring,
here.
the ring.
The ring.
Sorry, God, I'm just like
Yes,
playing,
yes, and it goes.
we're playing charades here.
Yes.
Charades.
And I was like, oh,
So that's really what the sense you got?
I mean, that's the impression I got. Yeah, it's funny.
So like
And then
something
it was
trying,
like something couldn't get out. And it was
Something
like,
trying to get out of
something
them.
trying to get out, but it would be squeezed back in. It's like the impression I got.
what?
where's my Polish parents at, Colonel?
And then I was like, right.
What, dude? That's crazy. Like
But I
Stranger
didn't get
Things,
any.
like something trying to get out of a hole, like out of a tunnel.
Or just some, I don't know. Yeah, or it's my mind messing with me.
Yeah, who knows, right? Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've like seen impressions of the shaman and stuff like that, but they've been more like gift exchange, personal things, not like chasing me around like a Hello Neighbor nightmare horror game.
And then I saw my father, my son being born, like, and like shocks of life, like, it was intense. That was intense.
So the gateway experience or gateway method came from the Monroe Institute, which is
I don't know that.
go to CIA.gov and type in gateway experience, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
CIA.gov.
Yeah, CIA's website. Watch that.
And they have it, yeah.
But anyway, it's the Monroe Institute. They were partnered up with the Stanford Research Institute guys, as NIDS, who was all up here too. And
So it's basically just been like consciousness research, trying to get people into astral projection in various states, but they were also using some of the Monroe tapes privately published for Army INSCOM to do remote viewing, remote viewing state. And the thought is that after that point, the Monroe Institute became basically a money plant. But the methodology and the technology actually works. It's just whether or not it's been tainted.
let's go over some historical context so everyone understands what we're about to do. Here's our team standing at Mount Wilson Ranch in front of the motel, the same motel where Bob Bigelow took the NIDS team and had his paranormal encounter with the ghost shaman in Motel Room 1. Here you have Hal Putoff, Jacques Vallée, Colm Kelleher, and Bob Bigelow and the rest of the team standing in the same spot. We also have Bob Bigelow, Jacques Vallée, and Hal Putoff standing above the meadow at Mount Wilson doing some kind of research there. Follow Hal Putoff throughout this story. It gets interesting. We've got Hal Putoff, Kit Green, Russell Targ, and Pat Price in the next photo. These guys invented remote viewing and built the psychic spy program at Stanford that was used by the CIA. They were remote viewing everything from Russia to UFOs to Skinwalker Ranch and beyond. Hal Putoff, Phil Corso, George Knapp, and Colonel Alexander. NIDS, Bass, ATIP, Project Chameleon, aka Skinwalker Ranch, To the Stars Academy, Mount Wilson Ranch, they're all connected. You've got Hal Putoff, Lou Elizondo, and Eric Davis in the next photo. Here's Bigelow, Tom DeLonge, Elizondo all together. On September 14th, 1993, Bigelow, Linda Moulton Howe, Stephen Greer, Lawrence Rockefeller, and a whole team of notable people were at the Rockefeller Ranch in Wyoming. The current owner of Mount Wilson Ranch, Jeff McBurney, purchased the property directly from Bob Bigelow, and he said that soon after, one of the Rockefellers actually came to the property and said they wanted Jeff to take him to see the portal. The Rockefeller initiative included some major players. Here he is with an autographed photo with President Ronald Reagan. Reagan was announcing his Star Wars program, which included everything from MK Ultra to the MX missile program. Mount Wilson Ranch was a potential location for the MX missile site until archaeologists ran into a load of indigenous artifacts and multiple encounters with skinwalkers, the shaman, and even extraterrestrial encounters that began on the ranch. Here's Bigelow in front of the fireplace on the ranch, the same fireplace rumored to be designed by Howard Hughes himself, the same location we are researching today. NIDS was actively researching at Mount Wilson Ranch, and you can see in the photos in front of the motel, there's Hal Putoff. Keep your eye on him because he is going places with Bob Bigelow, and it might surprise you where. Bob Bigelow, Jacques Vallée, and Hal Putoff are going directly to Skinwalker Ranch. Hal Putoff, Eric Davis, Eric Bard, and Brandon Fugel. There they are, standing at Skinwalker Ranch. Eric Davis was one of the original physicists and researchers supposedly conducting research at Skinwalker Ranch. Eric Davis has interesting connections to some highly public figures in the UFO community. Jeremy Corbell, Gary Nolan, and Gary Nolan is the Stanford research scientist who's been going on Fox News and the New York Post claiming that people who come into contact with UFOs and paranormal phenomena can have health effects called interference syndrome. Similar MRI brain scans have been conducted on my friend Chris Bartell while he was working at Skinwalker Ranch. If you're surprised where Hal Putoff is currently working, he is alongside Tom DeLonge at To the Stars Academy. Here he is listed on the advisory board right there on their main website. And this brings us back to Mount Wilson Ranch. Here we are, back at the hill, above the meadow at Mount Wilson Ranch with Bob Bigelow, Jacques Vallée, and Hal Putoff. Hopefully all of this information comes full circle back to Mount Wilson from Skinwalker Ranch and you see the connected pieces. The big part of this that connects is Chris Bartell. Chris has worked at Area 51, the Nevada test site, Nellis Air Force Base, and over 6 years as a lead security officer at Skinwalker Ranch, where he was asked and tasked several times to conduct psychic experiments, including trying to levitate things and do remote viewing similar to the research done at the Stanford Research Institute. The way that Chris Bartell was able to keep himself clear and his mental sanity intact was by spending his time with the dogs. Chris Bartell took me to Skinwalker Ranch personally and helped me meet the team, search for petroglyphs, retell stories, and recount paranormal experiences that we've had with the team, and even do research and collaborations outside the ranch and beyond. We've been able to explore underground tunnel systems, conducting infrasound tests, and using EMF and radiation sensors in underground aquifer sensors and around Skinwalker Ranch, looking for the source of energy that might act as a portal to another dimension or a gateway that unlocks human consciousness.
And what's cool is we're going to be doing it on the EEG machine, and Ledo's going to be filming it, so we'll see what the results are of my brainwaves.
be receiving.
Yeah, his perceptive. That's the areas that are
Receiving.
visual cortex. It says receiving visuals.
Communication. So you're seeing communication between neurons.
There it is. And that's psychic ability. That's he's getting something in. And he's coming back to normal state because he's getting more pinks and purples. He's coming back to alpha.
Well,
Like,
This
in
is
the-
that protocol you were talking
Yeah.
about to reach a meditative state.
Yeah, to get clear and make contact and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, get into that right ideal state of mind with the theta wave. And he put his hand on my shoulder like this, and we put our foreheads together. And shit. And then I gave him tobacco with my left hand, and then next to my hand, he offered like an arrowhead, like a point.
I was just like standing still though. I was like about to open the door and I was just watching my phone.
Yeah.
Because through the security camera, that's what I would see. And he ran through the hall and then he went through the wall and then peeked back through.
Wow.
Like it almost looks like he's trying to hop a wall and he's like halfway over.
Like he's like jumping up over and looking like that, but he's coming through a wall, not actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I was up here with a group last time, I can't actually talk about that group or what we were doing up here. We were up here for a secret research project that's all coming out in June. But there was people in that crew who've never been here before that was waking up with night terrors, and they were like, yelling in their sleep and stuff. But they were all down in the lower hotels. So maybe today we should walk around and look at the place and maybe check the rooms and stuff. First of all, we also got to talk to Luke when he gets over here and see what happened to him. All right, we got everybody here. I'm going to flip my camera around. We got Nick Nack and Luke and Kyle. Everybody had like a weird night's sleep. And part of why I came up here is because Nick Nack's been having weird dizzy spells and interesting stuff. And I just had the same thing happen to me. So really quick, so you guys know what I had happen to me all night was the same thing you were telling me, this sense of like there's almost like a train car going underground. I laid there and I got woken up probably 4 or 5 times, and I swear it felt like, and I even put my hands down on the mattress on the bed and was laying there feeling it. And I sat up and was looking around in the room, and the same thing. I haven't got dizzy or anything, but I mean, Kyle had a total nightmare and you've been experiencing it. It's just been strange. So Kyle already told his story. He had like almost like a 5 nights at Freddy's where he was looking, like had a dream where he was looking through night vision security cameras, and the shaman was like passing through walls like a ghost and then trying to come out through a wall.
Really?
Yeah. Kind of
crazy.
strange like that. But you've been having like dizzy spells. Maybe tell everybody what's been going on with you up here.
Like 4 to 5 days ago, I got up to put my shoes on and I started to get dizzy, and then it just started to get stronger and stronger. So it's probably about 5 days, and I'm still dizzy.
Yeah, so having vertigo. And did you even go to the doctor, you said?
Yeah, he called it the vertigo.
Vertigo, yeah. But that's something interesting, like the dizziness, and you were feeling the vibration as you go to bed and all that too, you were saying yesterday.
About a month now I've been feeling that vibration. When I lay down to go to bed, I feel it.
Almost like there's a pulsing energy coming up through, or almost like a train going underground or something.
Yeah, I always think someone's out, like it's a motor or something outside. And then when I look, it's in the middle of the night and there's nothing there.
Right.
And when I put my head down, I hear it again.
So did you have anything happen to you, Luke?
Okay, so I didn't have anything I would say paranormal happen, but I did, like the whole time I was sleeping, it felt like my brain was like split in half to where I was like, almost like when I have night terrors when I'm half in the dream world and half on this world, except for there wasn't like anything like crazy happening, but I just had the sense I was laying down, but I couldn't tell if I was asleep or not the whole night basically. And then I kept waking up and Kyle was awake because he had his nightmare, and then I didn't have any sense of time because I was like, I don't know if it's been half an hour, 10 minutes, or like 10 hours. So I don't know, that's what happened with me.
And you've been up since 4 o'clock, Kyle?
Yeah.
Because you couldn't sleep?
Yeah.
I keep waking up, I was like, Kyle, what are you doing? He's like, I had a nightmare. I'm like, okay. I was like, I cannot tell what time of day it is at all.
He's like, hey, what time is it? I'm like, it's like 6 in the morning. He's like, oh.
And do you remember when we had that crew here last time? They had the guy down in the bunkhouse that woke up screaming out loud in his sleep. You heard about that?
Yeah,
It's so strange what's going on. So we're just gonna have bacon and eggs, cook some breakfast up, and then me and the boys are actually gonna go on a hike up to the shaman's house where some of the extraterrestrial appearances have happened to the original caretaker of the property, and maybe go on an excursion around and look to see if we can find any scraps or spot anything from whatever some of the locals saw shot out of the sky the other day. Cook in the kitchen, cook in the kitchen. Luke is the chef. He's cooking breakfast up. Look at all this bacon and eggs. That's also something that we've been trying to talk about, is if people come up here in tour groups, how are we gonna provide catered meals and all that cool stuff. Boys are trying their hand at some pellet gun action. What are you guys even targeting?
So we have a little stick leaned up against that tree, and then there's one behind that little stick.
Oh, you guys have targets down there leaning up. So you guys are just practicing right off the patio here. Did you get it?
Again, yeah.
Nice. I've actually been working all day taking photographs of all the different hotel rooms and places that people can rent to come and stay. And these guys have been sledding and riding four-wheelers, shooting pellet guns, doing all kinds of cool stuff, hiking around. And so they found this awesome sled hill. They've been going up and down on the ATV, having a good time. Check this out. Let's see if he can even make it around the turn. Is he gonna make the turn? Yeah. That's so awesome. This is actually Craw Creek right here. This is where the old stagecoach used to pull up, and then people would go stay in the original settlers cabin right there to go up to the mines.
I'm covered in snow.
You are. It looks pretty cool. But in the summertime, this is gonna be awesome on electric bikes and on the UTVs and four-wheelers and stuff cruising all over here, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
So awesome. Yeah, that was awesome.
It's your turn.
Okay.
Kyle, you're gonna go now?
Okay, I'm gonna turn around.
So we're gonna be partnering with the UTV company, Ready to Rides, to actually bring some side-by-sides from Can-Am up here.
You'll be able to go a lot of places.
Everywhere you wanna go, yeah.
I'm going.
Okay, go to the top. We have been having a blast up here, and we've only been here one day, and so just been going around taking pictures of everything to update the website, get a lot of those options available so that maybe you can actually come and rent a stay here and hire me to come and be your tour guide, trying to keep it all open source that other people can come up here and participate. But we also got to make sure it's safe, you know. So Luke and Kyle are here having experiences, having interesting dreams at night. I'm having some weird vibrational anomalies, and we have all the strange phenomena and the energy signals that we've been gathering from the settlers cabin, and it seems like something transmitting some kind of a signal from underground, maybe the geology or something interesting out here in the meadow or underground. I don't know what's causing it. We're still trying to figure that out, but we have a lot of interesting leads, a lot of interesting clues. And so I think what we're going to do tonight is get some of our paranormal investigating equipment, our sensitive stuff out, and we're going to investigate some of these locations in the rooms, especially the Shaman Room, where Kyle's having weird nightmares. And if the skies are clear and the weather's nice, then maybe we'll even break out the night vision and the thermal and stuff like that. Maybe see if we can do some UFO watching. We still got to get to the bottom of where some of the debris might be scattered around. We were gonna go hike and do all that today, but we got hung up doing a lot of other activities, and the kids just wanted to have fun at the ranch. So tomorrow we're going to hike all the way up around the property and explore to see if we can find anything that may have got shot down by that jet the other day. I was just hiking them up to check out the shaman's house.
We gotta go down this.
And then I was telling them they need to go sledding down this hill. This needs to be the official sled hill right here.
Can I go grab it?
Right? Look at that. All the way down to the tree house at the bottom of the pond. So I think this is the official sled hill. What do you guys think? You just got to go all the way down there. Yeah, go down there and make sure that there's no like boulders or anything in the way. But honestly, I feel like if you go between those two bushes, you'll be okay. You might end up going like Mach 3, but this is like a pretty steep hill.
Yeah, right?
Don't be afraid to bail off if you got to.
Oh yeah, Luke, you'll be fine. Just try to aim for the
You're seriously gonna get going like Mach 3 down this hill if you try it, dude.
I tried filming, I tried to go without a camera.
I usually just go first.
Just maybe go. I'll try to film it. Don't hurt yourself. If you got to put your feet down on the first trial run, it's up to you. You could try to film it if you want, but.
I'll go first without it.
Okay. Yeah, well, he's gonna chase you. Just try to go between the bushes. Be careful. Happy voyages. Ooh, he's cruising.
You're going fast.
Dude, that was easy. That wasn't as bad as we thought.
I thought we were gonna be going way fast.
Now you gotta go with the brakes off.
Yeah, so there's a little bump right before you hit that smaller bush over there.
Oh yeah.
You can kind of see it goes, "Whoom."
Just follow his tracks down, and then it looks like there's a jump right at the peak.
Yeah.
There he goes.
Yeah. Boing! Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think once it's colder and there's like a layer of ice on the top, you'd fly down. Right?
Oh yeah.
That's so cool.
Odie, you are so funny. Odie's becoming everyone's favorite. She is hilarious. Careful, Luke. She get it? Yeah, she did. Good girl. So the idea is we want to fill this up with water in the summertime. All the snow is going to turn into runoff and water, fill the aquifer, and then we're going to put in a big slip and slide to go all the way down this hill. Boom! Maybe off a jump at the bottom. He is off the jump. He got the distance record. He's going through the reeds. Oh, he took one out. Nice. We've come to the moment where Luke and Kyle have gone to bed now. And so I am alone in the saloon in the lodge, and I'm going to be walking around, and we're going to try and see if we can see anything flying in the sky or anything hovering around at night, any moving orbs or stars. Also looking for orbs, entities, anything moving around. I've already heard something sounded like it was knocking on the wall back up there on the upper balcony. And then we get what looks like, got a flashlight out, movement that comes in and out of the doorway back here. Like it comes out behind the bar like a shadow and up on top of the bar. There have been previous videos where we've had a system that actually captured a figure doing that on camera. So we're gonna walk around, do some paranormal investigating tonight. I'm not gonna use the spirit box. We're just gonna go visual and optics with the night vision and kind of explore walking around alone, sort of as human bait. I don't know what I heard. It was like a knocking up there. What if I knock back like Bigfoot, like That's like what I heard. It was like this. It was like. I don't know. Let's just see. There is the bar back here has the mirrors. A lot of people see stuff upstairs in the mirrors, in the reflection. It's like a big white sheet thrown over top of something in there. I have this feeling like I want to go this way. Hello? What if I play the piano keys a little bit here? I don't know how to play anything. Did you hear that? Something like banged on the wall. That sounded like it was like on the other side of the wall. Let's try again. I'm telling you, it sounded like a boom, like a thud on the wall. Do we go in there? I just walked all the way around back into the saloon. I don't know what that was. I was just playing on the piano keys. And then it's like a boom on the wall, like something thudded on the wall on the other side, like trying to tell me to shut up. But now I've got that weird spooked out feeling like there's something following me around in here. It's probably just in my mind, but I'm gonna watch that clip back and see if I heard that or if the camera actually picked it up. So I was playing the piano keys down that hallway, and then I heard the knock through those doors on the other side of the wall. So maybe I'll open that door and we'll sit like at a table with our back to both, and we'll talk and we'll see if we catch anything moving around. Tell me if you guys see anything. There we go. I have no idea what goes on here. I'm gonna go down the hall. Okay, I'm gonna knock twice. If there's anyone else in here that can hear me knock, why don't you knock back? We'll play a little game. I don't know, tell me if you saw anything. Something is knocking on the walls in here on me, guys. I started playing around on the piano and like knocking on the bar and the stairs, and now I come down here and I hear what sounds like something knock on the wall in a different part of the building. Weird. Well, it is the next morning. Last night, as you guys saw, I was going all over the place in this building, down the diner, in the saloon. And the experience was basically anytime I would go to one part of the building, I would hear like a knock on the wall or a thud or something like that in a different part of the building or on the other side of the wall. And so like I would come in here and there would be nobody here. So I would look around here in this room, nothing. Come over here, play the piano and stuff, try to see if anything would happen. And then I would hear something go like on the wall down in the saloon. But what's interesting is that I came back over this morning and that door going into the lounge and the fireplace room was closed. But then I come in and this door is wide open going into the saloon. And then I'm like, I remember closing that door, shutting the building down for the night and going to bed last night. I mean, after I went out and I did look for UFOs, I walked out in the parking lot, I went out around by the settler's cabin, looked up in the sky until I was like shivering so bad I couldn't hardly stand it. I didn't even see a satellite. I saw one airplane fly over, nothing. There was no movement in the sky. It was just crystal clear and super cold. So I came back in, closed everything down, got all my stuff up and went to bed, and there was like nothing else that happened. But I come back in here, these doors are both left wide open. And I remember when I went to bed last night, after I've done filming, I closed them all up. So I closed that one down. I remember closing this door and it's wide open this morning. And I remember closing this door when I left. And for some reason it's wide open. So this one's open. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 doors in the building when I come back over this morning, left wide open. And I remember closing them when I went to bed last night. All last night it was so subtle. It was like anytime I'd walk somewhere, I would hear a thump or like a knock on the wall or something that sounded like wood popping. And you can never tell if it's just the old structure, this old building, like settling and moving around with the changing temperature, or if there's like a breeze outside. But sometimes it seems a little bit strange and interactive. And so it's interesting to come around at night, especially when you're alone, and see if you experience anything. Okay, now we're just piecing some stuff together. We're back here having a powwow again in the lodge with everybody all together. Trade me spots, Kyler. Go sit by Luke so we can all get on camera here. So I was the last one out of the building. Now I'm backlit really bad, but that's okay. I was the last one out of the building last night, and I closed all of the doors down, including everything in the saloon. And you're saying, Knick-Knack, that you never came in this morning.
Nope, this is my first time over here.
So she hasn't been in the building yet. I was the last one out, first one in. And there was 1, 2, 3, 4 doors open this morning. And no joke, there was a fresh pot of coffee made. And the coffee was drank all the way down except for a little bit. And even when I opened the top of the coffee maker, steam came out of the coffee grounds like somebody was in the building, made a pot of coffee and left, opened all the doors. And none of us... We're the only ones up here and nobody's been here. So who did that? What the heck? Okay, hang on. You said something happened, Luke?
So it's weird. So last night I had a normal sleep basically, but I was dreaming basically like I was around here. Like I remember vividly like walking around here doing stuff. And I remember it was a very vivid part in my dream. I remember looking at all the coffee cups by the coffee maker. And like I was gonna pick a coffee cup.
Did you sleepwalk over here and make and drink a pot of coffee in your sleep, dude? What happened?
I had no idea. But I do remember like walking around. Like
you dreamed that you walked around over here?
Yeah. That's all I had to say. Nothing like crazy happened.
Bro, were your socks wet when you woke up?
No, I don't think so.
That's so weird.
That is weird. Telling me to just pick a coffee cup. Like someone.
Oh wait, you dreamed that Jeff was here with you?
Like someone told me to just like pick a coffee cup because I couldn't decide which one to pick. That was pretty much it over there. But I don't know.
That's so crazy. See, so I shut both of those doors plus the one where the ice machine is. This door was closed, and I did close it. And then I had closed that door, and then it was open. when I got over here. And then what's weird was I closed that door again when I got here.
And then I came in.
And then you came in and it was
so I went
open
down and
again.
closed
So
it.
something's walking around here, opening and closing doors and stuff on us.
Yeah.
We have recently captured video evidence in the saloon at Mount Wilson Ranch. The security camera footage appears to have captured what several people describe as an orb, but it could also just be a dust particle that only appears oddly on the security camera footage. So one of the ways that we can analyze this footage is using a specifically developed software that reveals the quantum spectrums of data that is usually hidden within the pixels and frame rates of the video. So using computer software to peel back and reveal otherwise unseen spectrums and dimensions of reality that usually remain in our blind spots. Similar to using night vision or thermal imaging, ultrasound, or other devices to peer into these unseen dimensions of reality, this quantum view allows us to see a full spectrum of the electromagnetic field and expose all of the things that seem to hide there. This is just a small segment of a much bigger project that involves comparing multiple spectrums of scientific data, along with being inclusive to the fundamental advice of Native American research groups that are assisting us in everything that we do. and knowing even how to approach the phenomenon. Here's a note from Stephen Leah, who is running this proprietary software. Quote, "To whom it may concern, the proprietary quantum imaging derived discrete signal data sets appear to resolve a possible theorized quantum field or membrane of sorts, or a close derivative thereof. It is noted and indicated within this inferred field to contain some type of plasmatic flow of energy transfer via passageways or channels, as it were, contained within the grid lattice resolved. A segmented run looped in a repeated back and forth rock mode of the first 20 frames of 85 plainly show the orb as approaching and encountering resistance to this field, as it is plainly seen to move the inferred membrane outward, much like an elastic sheet would move from the confined kinetic force. Also noted are what appears to be individual packets of energy in some type of projected hologram or sorts at different scales, indicative of a mimicry thereof pertaining to maxillofacial anatomy. Said mimicry would seem to imply some sort of sentient involvement, care, custody, and control. Signed, Stephen Leah." All of the links for this research and data in order to do your own study about these topics are available in the description below. Well, it is the next morning. Last night, as you guys saw, I was going all over the place in this building, down the diner, in the saloon, and the experience was basically anytime I would go to one part of the building, I would hear like a knock on the wall or a thud or something like that in a different part of the building or on the other side of the wall. And so like I would come in here and there would be nobody here. So I would look around here in this room, nothing. Come over here, play the piano and stuff, try to see if anything would happen. And then I would hear something go like on the wall down in the saloon. But what's interesting is that I came back over this morning and that door going into the lounge and the fireplace room was closed. But then I come in and this door is wide open going into the saloon. And then I'm like, I remember closing that door, shutting the building down for the night and going to bed last night. I mean, after I went out and I did look for UFOs, I walked out in the parking lot, I went out around by the settler's cabin, looked up in the sky until I was like shivering so bad I couldn't hardly stand it. I didn't even see a satellite. I saw one airplane fly over, nothing. There was no movement in the sky. It was just crystal clear and super cold. So I came back in, closed everything down, got all my stuff up and went to bed, and there was like nothing else that happened. But I come back in here, these doors are both left wide open. And I remember when I went to bed last night, after I was done filming, I closed them all up. So I closed that one down. I remember closing this door and it's wide open this morning. And I remember closing this door when I left. And for some reason it's wide open. So this one's open. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 doors in the building when I come back over this morning, left wide open. And I remember closing them when I went to bed last night. We are back up at the upper pond at the top of the lower meadow. So there's a lower meadow and an upper meadow. This is Mount Wilson, right behind me right here. And Luke and Kyle are gonna pop off here and go down. They built a sled jump that they've been going off of. But then we're gonna try and hike up and see the shaman cabin where the original archaeologist team encountered the ghosts of the shaman for the first time. And Donna Bardeen, the original caretaker of the property, started running into extraterrestrial entities
and Native American apparitions all over the place, as well as finding artifacts all over this area here. So I'm gonna try and hike all the way up to the upper meadow and around to lava vent tubes, maybe even try to make it all the way up to the cave. But this snow is pretty deep and brutal and slushy, so I'm not sure how far we're gonna make it. We'll find out. You can barely see it. Yeah, you're right, but I can see it down there for sure. There's a jump right at the trail. We'll see him catch some air. Oh, you missed? No. Yo! That was awesome. You did. It looks like it froze a little bit overnight. Yeah. Kyle's gonna start off the day. Yeah. He missed. That's funny. Okay, so my objective today is to hike up to the Shaman house, and then I'm gonna go across the valley, hike along this entire upper ridge line, do an entire circumference of Mount Wilson Ranch, and then come back down through all these high points back down to the lower meadow. One of the big reasons why we rushed up here so quick was because Jeff and some of the locals heard and saw an F-18 or an F-22 or something actually shoot an orb or a ball, a sphere or cylinder that was white in the sky. Something got shot down in the air over here. Either that or it was a misunderstanding. So I'm gonna try and hike all the way around here and see if I can find any debris or anything like that laying around. I'm even gonna use thermal imaging, see if I can find any kind of anomalies. But clear skies, we're gonna keep our eyes peeled. Maybe we'll see something. Pretty rugged hiking through the snow. Not very fun. It's like hard on the surface and then your foot falls in into the soft snow underneath. It's exhausting and we haven't even made it very far. This is it, guys. What's left of it. So stop right there where you guys are standing. That's basically where the shaman was when the archaeologists walked out the front door in the morning and there was an apparition standing right where you guys are. And then yeah, as he took a few steps that way, he just vanished. That's the way the story goes.
There's like no trees here. That's weird.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's an interesting story. We still need to try and figure out and track down exactly who these archaeologists were and if they're even still alive or not. But yeah, we have photos of this building when it was still constructed, but this is also where Donna Bardeen lived as well.
So what happened to this building?
We don't actually know why it was torn down, if Bigelow tore it down or what. I could ask Jeff, I don't actually know. But this was the house that Donna lived in too. So while she was here, she had visitations from 3 extraterrestrials. So she said that a tall one and 2 short ones. And she also saw the ghost of the shaman several times right here in this house. So interesting. Really makes you wonder, like if them coming up here, digging all the caves, removing artifacts, doing a bunch of stuff for that MX missile program, if disturbing everything is what triggered the paranormal activity, just like at Skinwalker Ranch. Now we're wondering what's inside this building up here. Like if this was the original archaeologist's house. We're not actually sure what was in here, if there is anything.
They demoed the other one. I wonder why.
Oh, there is a doorknob on it.
There is a doorknob?
It's up there.
Padlock. We are going there.
What's in there? Here, let me film it. Let me film with the camera.
I'm pretty sure that's the bathroom.
And it looks like there's a float tank. So this is part of like a pump house and stuff. But yeah, maybe they were. I don't know what they were using it for. That's weird.
Should I get in there?
Yeah, I don't care. Watch your footing and stuff.
Yeah. I ain't go too far.
There's just like a drinking fountain and a pressure tank.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like a pump house or something.
Yeah.
I'm officially on my own hiking solo. My strategy is to kind of, I'd rather stay in the rocks and the mud than try to trudge through snowdrifts. So we'll see how far I can navigate before I run out of real estate and have to turn around. But the idea is I'm going to high points and then scanning the valley for any kind of debris, any wreckage, anything that looks like a balloon or UFO crash site. I don't even know. We didn't have any eyewitnesses say they saw anything even fall out of the sky necessarily, so I'm not sure how much success we're gonna have, but we're gonna give it a shot. So, all right, I'm already getting closer to the upper meadow just up ahead here. So we'll get there, get some lookout points, scan around the valley over Mount Wilson Ranch, see if we see anything. I can hear what sounds like heavy equipment, like big tractors or trucks, diesel engines working, but I can't tell where it's coming from. Like the way the echo resonates around. I'm in the upper meadow right now. It could be coming from over there. It could be coming from over there. It could be coming from behind me. On Mount Wilson Ranch, there's the lower meadow where Craw Creek goes through right in front of the settler's cabin down behind the saloon. And then uphill, up here further up the mountain, you've got the upper meadow, which is where I'm sitting right in front of it right now on a tree stump. And there's actually a dam across Craw Creek right there, and then this upper meadow. But there's a lot of interesting stuff up here. There's some lava vent tubes further up the mountain and a lot of ancient artifacts around. If this is the area where the thing got shot down, it is kind of interesting that there's like heavy equipment way up here. I don't know if it's somebody just trying to plow out their road to get in somewhere or what, but I think what I need to do is go up and across over to a high point, maybe up over there, and see if I can get a better look. Tons of animal tracks going across the meadow. I'm gonna go up here, over there, get to the high point, and we'll look around. Oh, it's so muddy and sloppy. Okay, here we are. This is on top of the ridge of the upper meadow here, all down below me. Looking for the UFO wreckage. Look at this, how beautiful this shot is up here. Mount Wilson is right up there behind me. This is the upper lake or pond. You can even see an old paddle boat right there that they used to use. How crazy, right? So, all right, I'm gonna walk up, get to that high point over there, scan around and see if we can see anything. Maybe where this engine noise is coming from. Oh, it's a little bit grueling. Up to my knees here, right? Look at that. So you take one step and you're good, and then the next one, you sink in like that all the way, but it's pretty grueling, but we'll make it. Where's my snowshoes when I need them, right? I'm up to my knees hiking around up here, guys. I'm gonna try to get to one good lookout, see if I could spot anything, but I need to get my drone fixed. I gotta figure some other stuff out. If I had snowshoes, I could cover a lot more ground. Let's get to the top of this point, see what we can spot, but I don't know how far I'm gonna be able to go today. I'm already exhausted. You know, I'd rather not like accidentally fall down and disappear in some kind of a drift covered sinkhole in between the rocks. Nobody can find me. I'm up here by myself. So, you know, you got to be smart. You never know how deep it is in a hole. It might look smooth and then you fall between the cracks and it actually goes 10 or 15 feet down and you're stuck. All the way up to this lookout point we got up here. We are at the top of the upper meadow, and I just sat down to take a rest, catch my breath, and there's something very unusual on the rocks right here that doesn't make any sense to me at all. Just to show you, I mean, I sat down on the rocks right here, put my backpack down right there, and then I put my hand down, and I noticed that I set my hand on like this broken up rock that looks like chert or so, I don't know what this is. This is some kind of an agate. I thought it was like dried tree sap, but it's actually rock, and it looks like it's been smacked down right here, like to break it apart. And then I found more right here. See, I almost set my hand right on top of this, and I felt this piece and noticed all of this flaking, this rock broken apart like it just happened here. And then look, you crawl over here, and here is like the piece of rock that it came off of right here. See? Like, this is signs of tool making, but it looks so new. Look, there's more little pieces right there, and there's a piece right there. How is it? What is this doing here? All the way up here on the rocks at the top of the upper meadow. Okay, I actually just realized what this came from and what this is from. I can't actually talk about it right now, but stay tuned. We were up here a few weeks ago with a whole other crew doing some other stuff. So let's just say that this basically landed here off of a trajectory that we probably sent it on about a month ago, and this is just where it landed. I just can't believe that I found a chunk of this after what we did. So stay tuned if you want to find out later where this came from and how it's like, seems like it fell out of the sky. It's a pretty cool story. So I'm gonna actually keep this rock, remember this, and remind me in June, and I'll tell you exactly where this came from. I'm not sure how much farther up the mountain I can make it without snowshoes or some other way, you know, cross-country skis. I need to get my drone fixed, because then we could fly a grid over this area and actually see if we find anything. The best that I can do right now on short notice is just to drive up here as fast as I could get up here and try to scan the valley, see if I can see anything. But if it was a white object that got shot down or disappeared, I don't know, the odds of us being able to find anything up here are pretty slim. But you never know. All of those stories of people finding UFO debris or strange materials like that, they start like this, just people on horseback or hiking, and they come over the ridge, and then all of a sudden there's like the Army or the Air Force or somebody trying to clear out wreckage, and they happen across it, or even they get there before the military arrives. So I'm not seeing anything like that, and it seems like the sounds of the tractor, the heavy equipment, is over there, which is probably somebody's property. So what I'm going to do, make my way down the ridge all the way back over here across the meadow, and then see if I can pop up over there and see what that equipment is. After talking with the locals, I haven't sourced any kind of video footage, any photography. No other witnesses have come forward to say that they saw anything. So it might just end up being a dead end that doesn't go anywhere, that we don't conclude anything off of. But it's always worth, when you hear reports like that, especially with the background of everything that's gone on up here, it's worth coming up and checking and seeing, since I have access to be able to come and do it. So I think tonight we're gonna do a little bit more sky watching, see if we can see anything. But let's make our way back down, see if we can figure out what this heavy equipment is over there. This is back at Craw Creek. So we have measured and recorded a lot of interesting anomalies over the upper meadow. Jeff has laid out here and felt very weird vibrational energy. He sat over here in the trees and heard sound waves coming out of the ground and strange stuff. So if there is any kind of weird gravity anomalies or dimensional stuff that has to do with the geology, it could be coming right off of Mount Wilson, coming right down here, connecting with Craw Creek, and creating that frequential geological anomaly underground right here. So it's going to be really interesting this spring when all this snow melts and that frequency gets amplified. One of these theories that is being pursued by the team up at Skinwalker Ranch and other colleagues of mine like James Keenan and stuff, we've been coming to places like this and actually trying to investigate to see if it is something to do with the geology. Maybe the water flowing down, like what if this spring all this snow melts, it goes down into the aquifer, and then all of that water flowing through the underground chambers of the granite or quartz and everything, running through this mountain all the way down underneath the saloon and the settler's cabin,
could be vibrating and creating a strange frequency. Maybe it is that Schumann frequency or the theta waves that we're picking up on the infrasound that affects human consciousness, that maybe opens up these perceptions of alternate dimensions and all kinds of stuff. But could it be as simple as something as the vibration of the earth because of water flowing through it? One of the theories is that the Great Pyramids in Egypt and all over the place, even down in South America and Mexico, it could have water chambers that flowed underneath the ground that created that vibration or that harmony that sent a resonance or a type of radiation, a frequency up through the earth, that when you walk through it or live there for a while, maybe it affects you. That could be why ancient indigenous people were drawn to these locations for thousands of years. Maybe why Bigelow and the psychic spy teams out of Stanford were up here. Maybe they were trying to tap into that energy. But it's certainly interesting to think that maybe some of it could boil down to the water flowing right down Craw Creek, or maybe something buried under the upper meadow here, maybe down below, or maybe it's a structure so big it covers the whole area. Who knows? There's a lot of work still to do. Just looks like a local working on snow removal. Looks like he's trying to clear out the road. Doesn't look like any kind of military operation trying to recover crashed UFO debris. So I think we're going to leave him alone. So I should have just filmed all that, but Luke and I just had a conversation. He was sitting right here. He went to go check the coffee maker because none of it's adding up. This whole day was weird. So last night I came in the building. I closed the whole thing down after the investigation. I shut all the doors and went through. The whole building was closed down, and then I was the first one in here. But then all the interior doors were wide open, and there's like this much coffee in the bottom of the coffee pot. And what's weird is that I lifted the lid and the grounds were steaming. So there was like fresh water, hot water poured over the coffee grounds, and steam came off of the grounds. So it doesn't make any sense. Like, who made the coffee? Because Nick Nack didn't come in the building. Luke and Kyle didn't. Kyle doesn't even know how to make coffee. Luke didn't make coffee. There's no way that having the coffee pot on overnight, the timer would have just shut off on its own. It doesn't make any sense. Like, who opened all the doors? So then I texted all of this to Jeff, the property owner. And what he says to me, he goes, oh yeah, the coffee thing. And here's what's weird is that when I was walking in through the kitchen this morning, when I noticed all of this and that the doors were open and started questioning it, I had this really weird, strong smell of like bad tobacco. And that's one of Jeff's things, is his dad lived and passed away living here down in the lower hotel and in the Meadowview hotel room down there. And so the whole thing is they find packs of his cigarettes around here, even though he passed away several years ago. They'll go down there to clean the rooms, and there will be like a package of cigarettes there, or someone will smell like tobacco smoke. And Jeff is like, oh yeah, the coffee thing. Like, it's normal to come in and find like coffee made, even though it doesn't make any sense. So I think it's like something out of The Shining in that scene when he walks up the hall and then goes through the doorway, and there's like this whole banquet in the other room, but it's all in another dimension. It's weird, dude. Something weird's going on. This is that interesting rock that I found on my hike today. I wish I could tell you more about exactly why this is significant and where this came from. I just can't right now, but Luke had a good idea to actually test it. It does have some weird quartz crystals, some clear see-through crystals all embedded in this piece of agate. Really interesting. But he's looking at it through different settings. Here, kind of show the screen so I can see over shoulder. Yeah, we're trying to see if it has any kind of weird thermal readings. That looks pretty normal.
Sure, I'm gonna check the EMF and
yeah, let's see if it has any radiation, and then I need to get the black light and see. And then where this big fireplace is right here is actually this rock that I carried back from the exact same place. So it's interesting that I found that little stone way up on the hill, and then we've got this one here that's totally got a big lip of crystal. Hey, where's that flashlight, Luke? I kind of want to show. Oh, yeah. Let me see, where did we set that? See this?
It's kind of hard to tell. But look at all the quartz in this one right here. And later when you guys realize where these rocks are coming from is very interesting. Nothing?
I don't think anything.
I also have a metal detector in there.
That'd be cool.
Like a little metal detector wand, we could try that. Nothing on that though?
Nothing on here.
Yeah, so this rock and this big one with all the crystals on it actually came out of the same hole.
Okay, here, I'll take my watch off. Make sure it doesn't interfere. Any mysterious metals?
Nothing.
Nothing in here.
Check this one.
Okay. See, there's metal surrounding it, so
Oh,
it's this.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's the pots and stuff, yeah, and there's nothing in
It
there.
is cool though. It's all like
I know,
glitter
right?
Stuff. It's weird.
It's interesting. It makes you wonder what's further underground, that's for sure. I'm just sitting here drinking coffee. I can hear somebody walking around in the saloon. Do you hear that? It's up there again. Hello? That was like a loud thump. There's nobody in here. What the heck? This place is so weird. I could have sworn somebody was walking around down here. Huh. That's like what I was doing all night last night. Chasing knocks and thumps around this whole place and not finding anything. And then all of a sudden, all the doors are open. Doors are opening and closing. Okay, so I'm gonna come and close these doors. And we're gonna see, I've even got some door jam alarms that we can wedge up so that if the doors open, it will set alarms off. So maybe tonight we gotta set those up. These are pretty cool. We'll try these out tonight. They're made by Philips and they're just a door stopper, but they're a home security system. It's like a low budget one. So what you do is you just turn it on like this. You put it behind a door so that when the door swings open, it sets the alarm off just like that. It's super loud. So we're gonna set 3 of these up around the place tonight, see if we catch anything. Now Luke's in here with me. You just heard that too, right?
I heard a tap over there, and I heard 2 up there.
And then 2 that way, right? Okay, let's listen. I'm gonna flip my camera around because my head looks giant right now. Let's listen down the hall. heard that? Was that in the kitchen? You go that way, go the other way and see. It's like not even nighttime. And there's just like knocking and tapping going on all over the place. Something just knocked right in here in the kitchen. I mean, could be like just an appliance or something.
You just stand still.
What was that?
It's over here.
Is it in the is it in the fridge?
It's in the hall. I bet it's in the hall.
Okay, I'll stay here.
Do you want me to go around to the hall?
Yeah, go around to the hallway and check. I'm telling you, we don't even have the lights off. This is what I was doing last night until I finally gave up because it was just like knock, knock, like tapping and knocking and weird noises and banging on the walls. That just knocked on the door right behind me right here. This place, man. Keep one foot out the door. I don't want to get myself slammed in here. Are you kidding me? No way. I've seen too many horror movies to go inside that door. Now it's all stopped. That was in the ceiling. Right where we get that weird square on the thermal imager. That was like a knock in the ceiling. What the heck? You're just sitting here by the fireplace. You heard that one, right?
Oh, yeah, that was loud.
That one was like a bang. It was like a loud bang back in the kitchen. Did you hear it that way too?
I heard it that way.
You heard it that way?
Yeah.
Why are we hearing it two different directions? We're facing two different ways, but it sounded to me like it was that way. I'm sitting right by the fire too, because it's cold. It's like not even nighttime. And that's what I was doing last night in the dark around here.
Yeah.
It was like bang, pop. Like, this place is weird, man. You just heard that, right?
Yeah, it's like 3 in a row.
Don't. You heard 3, right? And then I just heard like a rhythm of it. You heard that from the saloon too, right?
Yeah. I'm
I'm gonna come sit over here away from the fire by the door and see if you can hear it.
I'll say when I hear it, just so people know that it's not just you.
Okay, I'm gonna knock here. That's just the wood popping. Is this door still closed? Yes. Is this door still closed? Yes. It's hard to know. It is an old wooden building. It could be creaky, could be popping, making all kinds of noise. But when you sit here, start trying to chase it around, it's almost like it's playing games with you. It gets a little weird. Okay. It is dark out, and I swear I just heard a door close back through the kitchen, or open. So I think it's time to set up our little door alarms around the place. Kyle and Luke went back to kind of pick up their luggage and get ready because we're going to head out tomorrow afternoon. But okay, I'm going to set up the door alarms and check and make sure I'm the only one in the building, and let's see what happens. So many weird noises in this building. I've even got all the lights on. Okay, we'll go around this way. Flip my camera around because I did hear what I thought was a door open here. Okay, let's do one here. So let's see, we just turn it on like that. Now I'm going to pull the door a little bit open. Okay, we'll set the door stop back. It's a good 10 inches away. And then right there, let's go through this way and we'll set up another one. Ha, scared myself with that one. Saloon is empty. Okay, we'll crack this door here. Put the alarm down. You actually have to push this one pretty decent in order to even get it to move because of the carpet here. So if that one goes, that will be crazy. All right, we got one more. Okay. We're gonna put this one in the doorway here where we get that figure that came out and was like dancing on the bar and going back in and out. So
see if it's down here where it's gotten red.
thank you for touching the REM pod. Look to your right just a little bit. There he is, see?
Yes.
There he is. And the REM pod's going crazy again. What should I? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna walk there. I'm gonna walk.
Go
over there.
walk back to him.
Don't stop recording, please.
I won't.
This door is open right now, so I'm gonna just crack it and then put my arm around the door and place it behind the door here. And this door is kind of like wedged shut, so okay, here's the alarm. Alright, so it's set behind the door there. Alright, now we wait. And I just called and told everybody else which doors were the ones that were jammed with alarms and stuff. So now I'm just gonna sit in here by the fire and wait for a minute. Maybe I'll get this spirit box out. Oh, it sounds like Luke and Kyle are coming in right now. So I'll see, we'll test it, see if they come in the right way. Here they come. Yeah, you came in the right way. Is Kyle coming?
I don't know.
Not sure?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Okay, so we've got the whole place rigged. We're gonna see if any of the doors open, and otherwise we're probably gonna do the spirit box and maybe some thermal imaging and see what's up. Good morning. It is time to go in to the lodge and the saloon. And the Mother Lode Grill. I can tell already that the diner door is still closed. Let's look down here. That door still closed. 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 Everything is closed. So not like yesterday morning. Let's go check the one in the saloon. Well, today everything in here looks normal. None of the doors are open. The coffee pot is unplugged. There's no coffee made. Kind of a bummer. If there's ghosts in here, least they could have done is made the coffee again, right? Look at how adorable and scenic this meadow is in the settler's cabin. Look at Odie. She's just like posing right there on the front porch. How cute. I'm gonna go up there and pet her, but I came down here to take a bunch of photos of all of these rooms because the lower hotel right here in front of the meadow and the upper hotel up in front of the saloon, we are all setting that up on the website, on the Mount Wilson official website, as well as carlcrusher.com. So you guys can actually book trips and tours and guided tours and experiences to come up here in a safe and controlled way. You can come and meet Odie out here. You can maybe even book to do paranormal investigating and reserve the settler's cabin to do that, and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. We're going to do also hikes around up to the different areas, and everything that we're doing goes towards keeping the lights on and this place open source so that more people can come and experience it in a safe way, as well as not have it just locked down under armed guard, like nobody can come here. We've only had like amazing positive experiences here where we've learned a lot about ourselves and the history of this whole place. And it's always been a transformative and amazing experience that we want to share with other people. So everything that we do here is going to go towards the research, towards keeping this place open, keeping the saloon alive and restored, and so that other people like you guys can come and experience. So, well guys, we've come to the end of our expedition this time. We've come up to Mount Wilson Ranch to look for UFO debris. Something was shot down in the air. We didn't find anything, but we did have a lot of interesting, what could be paranormal activity and stuff. And I wanted to show you guys that this room right here, when we come back next time, is a place that we're gonna be setting up almost like a cool headquarters where we can do live streaming and podcasts and stuff. It's got this really cool retro pinball machine and all this other cool stuff in here. But we're gonna set this all up like a cool workshop, and then even have this back here where we're gonna be printing t-shirts, doing merchandise, and also having a working laboratory where we can do different experiments and research and actually store equipment and all kinds of stuff. Right now, I mean, Jeff has got some really cool stuff, like an original Pac-Man arcade machine. He's got so many cool things that we want to get up and running again and bring out into the saloon and do all sorts of cool stuff. So make sure and follow the adventure, guys. We have so much more, especially when the snow melts and it comes into the springtime. We are setting it up so that through the website, people are going to be able to book tours, even guided tours, where you can have me come up here. You can rent UTVs, get paranormal investigating equipment, including night vision. You can go prospecting with metal detecting equipment and all kinds of stuff, and even book the saloon and the lodge in order to reserve it in order to conduct your own research if that's something that you want to do. So we're trying to provide a way to make it safe and open source so that everybody else can come and experience this too. So make sure and stay tuned for that, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.